Because you have paid monies by the welfare association and then you never really accounted all those monies to the family. You want to deny that? We can call the first one. Yes, honorable interpreter.
I don't hear him. I say so.
Nta kodo dile tura beno wanga kodo diala nka nta kodo dile because of modol la fana ya wafi wala ma.
Tura requested me to pay monies and I said to him that no, I cannot.
Nka nta kodo dile la wala na in some fraud squad.
Sadly.
This is the reason why he took me to fraud squad.
Because I wafi modol la follow ma.
Because you have sold the land to other people.
No, he took you to fraud squad. Because there's an allegation of fraud, the idea that you took monies from the welfare association, you sold the land, and you never really paid them the full amount.
Menti ko ite tapale ale tamandi because kodo ta state hol bulu beru nyanta sanna andu manna kodo di itol la kabilo la men ko itol le tamu cheno.
Wait a minute. I had told you, wait a minute, just hear me out, and I had warned you.
Ako andundu a fo neko.
You lie about that.
Ako to yewuli ala fo je wala
invite the fraud squad. And they will bring the files, the allegation against you. You and I know I will do that. And if it is proven that you are lying, we will not hesitate to make an application for perjury. And we will apply that you will be prosecuted for it. Is that not true?
Konga muneke
ne fani afo jang ako ise apply no san isaje file samana ya justice ko tonya ikamen be fo jang fraud squad ya itan ko aman soto. That the idea, the truth is that you were taken to fraud squad because the allegation was you never disclosed the full amount. Ako bari ni paid to you. Ni ajube wala ko fraud squad dalio me sambaje andu men fotaje wala me tapale ala ke bari kodo mi ala ko yemme mutay bulola we jo menna andi kodo me itan nyulla amanga kilinti me jo ila kodola.
Mambala wala de.
I don't deny that. No, is it true or not? Ako aketale bang fo amansoto.
Mu yensama fraud squad men mera kodo dila.
That is true because they took me to fraud squad because I don't pay them their money. Simple. Let me now read you the letter. Written by Lamin K. Ture and family in the village. Lamin Ture anala kabilo wala safe mialanko wolbe Juru village. West Coast region. Membe so Brigama Bangkok. To you, Alieu Danso, CEO Almot Real Estate. Andung ya safe mela mento ya wala mu ite Alieu Danso wala mu Almot Real Estate. It says, we the above mentioned name hereby terminating the contract we had between you regarding the agreement about land at Kunkujang village. It came to our notice that the information that you had been giving us about KMC Staff Welfare Association are not paying you money since you got an agreement with them. It's false. We knew that the KMC Staff Welfare Association had already paid you KMC over 2 million and $100,000. These are the mode of payment from KMC Staff Welfare Association. The first payment that was paid to you 6th November 2020 $200,000. The second payment 7th December 2020 $209,500. The third payment
24th December 2020.
Ako December karode tilimuang anin nani 2020.
$262,000. $262,500.
Willi cheme fula willi taworo anin fula cheme lulu.
The fifth payment.
Ako jori lulu njango.
That March.
Ako March karo tilisaba.
No, sorry.
Ako heka to jen.
Yes, that March 2021.
Ako March karo tilisaba 2021.
$279,166.
Ako willi cheme saba willi tang woro anin kononto cheme fula.
31st March 2021.
Ako March karo tili tan saba anin killing.
$279,166.
Ako willi cheme fula willi tang woro wala anin kononto cheme fula bututu woro.
7th March 2021.
Ako March karo kabra tili woro wala soto 2021.
$284,460.70.
Ako willi cheme fula willi tang sei anin fula bututu taworo anin fula.
June 15th of June 2021.
Ako June karo tilitang ani lulu 2021.
$285,960.70.
Ako willi cheme fula willi ta lulu anin kononto cheme lulu.
It says after receiving all this amount of money from the KMC Staff Welfare Association.
Ako inata nyinne foje ko kabriye nyin kodo be soto wala ya ejo wala menu KMC Staff Welfare Association.
You had only given us $350,000.
Ako kodo kono ite menjo wala ya bi mendi itol bulu wala tata fo willi cheme saba willi talulu.
Only with endless stories.
Ako kaboto sain kuma kalanta ngol dron.
Since the family knew exactly what had happened between you and KMC.
Ako barade kabri wol nata kalamta men tamata ite KMC tema.
KMC Staff Welfare Association.
Walam KMC Staff Welfare Association.
And had waited for so long so as for you to settle us our money.
Andu amenta ko wolbe siride ameta be patukang puru saja ko yela ko dojo.
And still now nothing.
Ako hani sa imam fenjo imam fenke.
We are not taking our land. We are taking our land back from you.
Ako sa inde din kumude ila cheno feye ba busila ibulu.
And the parties involved will be informed as soon as possible.
Ako andu momo me alon ko adabi je wala me alon ko fenso je ba kalam tan dal hanate mela.
Yours faithfully, Lamin K. Toure and family.
Ako jela nata fako ata Lamin Toure anala kabilo wala la dimbayalo.
They copied the SO, the station officer, Gunjur Police Station.
Ako ya copy o jing wala kaito safe do di Gunjur Station officer la.
They informed the Alcalo Gunjur Kungujang village.
Anu Alcalo membe Gungujang sato to ya kalam tan dile.
And the KMC Staff Welfare Association.
Andum fana ini membe business la men kanem fing welfare association ye wol fana kalam tan dile.
That's exactly what happened.
Ako nyine keda nyine kuma kango.
Do you deny any part here?
Ako sa nyin kuma kango fo fenne bi je men soso.
Fende yenga men soso.
I deny no part.
Bari kuma kango yin Babukar legen safe.
But this written by Babukar.
Because you man dan no makanyi nga menjo.
Ako kamen sada ni membe kere man nyota hani fenne.
Very irrelevant.
Ako man nyota hani fenne na fata le kamen sada.
You acted dishonestly.
Ako
very dishonest.
Yemen tamandi je wala mu ye jikla tele mo le jikla tay.
It shows you are a very dishonest person.
Ako man tilingi banke moti mi an ko tilinta bari tilimbali abale tamandi jam.
But this is your business with the sellers.
Ako nyine keta itela safaroti wala la business odi ani men be wafiro la ben
If you can do this,
andu ide nyinke
you had more than $8 million is profit.
Ako itatale fo kodo soto mi an ko ila profito atata fo million sei.
It only makes sense that you can bribe people $1 million.
Ako sa wo se itani no je hani million of on sadi no mola ka dugu.
So the idea that there was this issue of bribery between you and Senabu for $1 million is
ako sa ning mo wala miro men bije wala ko wol men fota ko iteni Senabu tema yudu ko kele ta fo million killing.
It's true.
Ako tonale.
The idea that you left $30,000 in her office.
Ako ila yitandiro wala may men keta je kodo mi alon ko yatu ala office to men ta fo bili tansaba.
Whether you gave it to her personally.
Ako fo ya dunga tele bulu.
Or you left it there.
Fo ya tunduje.
She used the money. You offered bribe to a public officer.
Ako amunta ko itata public officer ka aduku.
She accepted bribe from you.
Aka fanan nata song ila dukurola.
That is a fact.
Ako fenni lori ngole woti.
But you turned around and went to the mayor.
Ako barhan Simon danje itata mayor ya.
And you inform the mayor about the $30,000.
Ako andi futata mayor ya kibaro fa ko $30,000 oduni je. Will it
Is that not true?
Ako fa man ko nyama.
Tonyala mo.
That is true.
Ndama Senabu duku $30,000.
I don't bribe Senabu $30,000.
Senabu yenda kumala kabita Senegal.
Senabu called me and informed me that he intends to travel to Senegal. And he appealed to me so that I can.
You had already said that.
Ako yo fo dunjanne.
Just hope that the commissioners will accept your story.
I am
telling you, your story doesn't make sense. Because the person you even gave the money to accepted using the money. But said definitely it was given along those lines. So your story is not tenable.
I don't bribe Senabu. She told me that is my statement.
That's okay. Let's move on. Now you went to the mayor and you informed the mayor about your relationship with Senabu Martin about the $30,000.
Akoje inata boje itata mayor ya inata kaitanda ko imenta mata ni Senabu tema wala muyebili tansabale dia.
What did you tell the mayor?
Akomuna mayor for mayor.
Ndamanda mayor ya puru kafa ko Senabu ya na $30,000.
I don't go to the mayor.
Nteni Senabu
inform him that Senabu I have given Senabu 30 million.
Nteni Senabu nyola le puru ka ina $30,000 odina.
I was with Senabu so that I can have my 30,000.
So mayor wala kalamuta. Ndamanda mayor fa wala ndakumani.
That is how he became aware.
I don't go to the mayor. It was
who requested me to go there. He asked me what happened.
Kabira ingini nga fa Senabu yo kodora tambulo kana kabira Senegal nana ta senin.
When he asked me, I told him that Senabu borrowed me monies
ngano
Senegal.
Ngano kodora ingini ka bulo kono.
That is the monies I asked her to refund me.
Senabu ka wan kodo so da we mendila na.
She said she have no money to refund me.
So me ona ta fonya wala ko sa abula mba mbe kuonye handle lale.
Then there mayor advised me to just take it easy. He will handle everything.
Do you know why you went to the mayor? Because you had an issue for subsequent payments to be made to you. You wanted to be paid about $4 million. You went to her office. They told you there is no money. You also had to you had to offer bribe. That is exactly what happened. Now when you offered bribe, it was taken. The money was used. When what you wanted could not happen, you wanted your money back. It is as simple as that. Very simple.
I don't bribe Senabu. Senabu, I have never done Senabu that. The monies are mine.
Because he been joking.
They were paying me. That money is my money. I don't borrow her money.
Friday.
She borrowed me money.
Sunday
and told me that he's going to Senegal on
Tuesday.
She will be back on Sunday, and Tuesday let me go there to her office and get my monies.
Do you know Babukar Sanyang? Of course you know Babukar
Sanyang.
Babukar Sanyang.
Yes, I do.
He explained in the commission and also in his statement. He said, the third page.
Ako afanala statement of yang I meant for alakuma sabanyang kumo I meant for kait sabanyang oto.
Third paragraph.
Ako wala mo kalma sabanyang.
After 3 months payment, after 3 to 4 months payment to the CEO called me and told me.
Ako kabri joro keta karifula saba nani jango CEO ya kumanika fae ko.
That we had to engage Mr. Danso about the documentation because he was the one who said that after 3 to 4 months payment he would do these changes, and I called Mr. Danso to inform him.
Ako jele CEO na tafa ko sa nyanta menkela wala munga Danso ka tonga muta isaje ko. Asikaitol dada bari afangole afajanko atebe o kaitol dada la karikili saba nani jankon.
that the CEO told me, what the CEO told me, but he told me that the monies are very small to make those changes, and he will even need a loan of $4 million from the Welfare Association.
Ako je si data asiyo na tamen fa walam ko kodo me alan ko yemi mendi itela ko kodo do atale ite fango ibela frim menna wala bela flam menna walam ko ibina je pour ini kasha ise don to million nanila.
And I told him that we are not having that amount of money, and the monies that we are paying him is from the monthly deductions of staff.
Ako jela nata fa ko ha ndede ngam fod Mr. Danso walam ko ndol ko dito ndol bulu jam ko do fa mi alan ko ka jo menna amunta ko welfare staff wala joro ila salary ka kuntu wolto ka jowal.
But let him write to the CEO, which he did.
Ako bot isi safero keno ya safe ya CEO pura kalamta anda data ko safero ke
because I was later given 2 letters by CEO from Mr. Danso.
Ako jele anata fa ko CEO ye letter flat diala mi alon ko abota Mr. Danso le ya.
One was an amount of 4 million and the other was 3.5 million.
Ako kilimo nyi wala mo million nani wo do mo 5 million nani chemelulu bili lulu.
Is that true? Did you write?
Ako fo ifawole o safe ba
ndeni Babukar mo ro fafa.
I don't discuss that with Babukar.
Did you write?
Ako fo safero kele.
Hanga safero kele.
Yes, I do.
Did you write requesting for $4 million?
Ako safero kele kanyini ngare ke pour di 4 million odila.
Nga safero kele pour ye kodo di na for 1 year kana yo.
I wrote to them and I told them
nga safero ka because
so that they can
yo la karo kari.
They can give me monies and it will take them to 4 years without paying me.
Kanjo karo menna.
They were paying me months or the months they paid.
Ko alala nyoka aliadi na for 1 year.
I told them that now you will just put monies together for 1 year and give it to me. This is the discussion I did with Senebu.
That is not my question. You understand that? And the sooner you stop, when I ask you one question, you go round circles before you answer, the better for you. When I ask you, did you write to request for $4 million?
Ako nyini ngaro mendi na nyini ngamena yeo jabe. Ako fo safero kele bang meo fenke ya kaita na ko sulata million nanila.
Jumaya Babukar.
Who Babukar?
Did you write requesting for $4 million?
Ako fo safero kele bang kanyini ngaro ke.
Nga safero ke kara staff welfare, yes.
Yes, I wrote to the staff welfare, yes.
And you requested for $4 million.
And ila safero to yeme nyini ngaje prusimendi la wala million nani.
Nga safero ke men kama wala mwingine ko ye million nandi ne kana yo for 1 year.
Yes, the reason why I just wrote
Mr. Danso, did you write requesting for payment of $4 million
yes,
or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Simple as that. Was it paid to you?
Honey?
No.
It was never paid to you. And you needed the money.
Yes.
And it was never paid. That's why you were trying to bribe people and you bribed. And because when you gave that money, it was never what you wanted was never done. You had to go to the mayor. And you frame it. And you frame it in such a way as if it is a loan that you gave out. You see your act of dishonesty.
I don't bribe.
What you have done is an offense. We cannot encourage people like you going around bribing public officers. And we can't accept people working in public office as well. That's all, Chair, for this witness, unless there are questions.
Mr. Danso.
Mr. Danso.
Are you still doing business with KMC?
Ako hani sa ini KMC albe business wala ba?
Albe business wala le.
Yes, we are.
Have you given them the land that you promised to give them?
Ako keno mi alon ko yela hidi men na ko ba dilela ako foyo kele bang
ha nga keno dilale
yes I gave them the land
ya telela staff soltema
and it was been demarcated among their staffs
mobe la number soto
all they have their numbers
dol bele ya dada kanne
still there, some of them are even erecting their yards
bar na kodo man banjola ni KMC tema ansai
my monies are not liquidated from the KMC staffs
Please,
still now
please bring us evidence
ako san yes
you have
so
a valid agreement with KMC
wala mo kango mi alon ko albenta
and you
kanto
have
menna
allocated the required number of plots
andum fana yo chenol men
they
dila
contracted with you.
ananga mo mi alon ko ini woli e memfo cheno nanga molo aning
And
albenta
your
kanto
title
menna
and the title document of the property.
andum fanan kaytol me aytan
That
ko
is owned by the company.
mi alon ko company atola company le tamu kayto me aytan ko alla company le tamu chenoti ako asulata wala fana
So we will give you up to Monday.
ako sante ku kelambe tula fo mbe bala fo tenelungola
You will bring us this document.
so lungole bina yo kaytol samanam
All right?
ya moyle
So thank you so much, Mr.
Okay.
Danso.
aba baraka bake
We will hope to see you when you bring your documents. on
ako
Monday.
fo tenelungo ni nata yo kaytol samanam
okay
very well
Thank you. You are discharged.
nako ise bula no ita
Please call in the next witness.
Kindly take your seat, Mr. Witness. Mr. Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this commission of inquiry, may I remind you once again that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Chair, I hand over the witness for us to proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Sanyang.
Good morning, Madam Chair.
Yes, you're welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you. Council, we may proceed.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. Mr. Sanya.
Yes, Council.
Just to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
The first is in relation to Mr. Alieu Danso.
Yes.
You had an agreement as a staff welfare association with Mr. Danso, correct?
Yes.
And the CEO at the time had to guarantee to the bank in relation to the loan you had to take, correct?
With who? Alieu Danso?
Ajib Bank.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Now, Mr. Danso testified here, the commission, and he explained the relationship between those who are to sell the land to the family. Have you met them before?
Yes, I did.
Before your agreement with Mr. Danso?
No, after the agreement.
Before payments were made to him or not?
After the payments were made to him. Some payments.
Some payments. Did you verify the documents that Mr. Danso had?
Yes, Mr. Danso, gave us a land document.
What kind of land document?
An alcalo, a physical planning document that the land is under agricultural use.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you discuss the issue of the agricultural use?
Yes, we discussed it with him. We told him that he's under agriculture and he need to change it to residential. But he was complaining that.
Was that done?
Sorry?
Was that done at any point in time?
To change it to residential?
Yes.
That was never done.
And why would you continue to pay him monies if it was never done?
That was the reason why we later even stopped his payments.
But even making payments in the first place, why would you even make payments in the first place?
Yeah, he was complaining that he was not having money. So
but the documents were not proper. Why would you want to tie the staff, the people that you lead, to an engagement that is not really proper?
Yeah, we believe because this is a duration of at least 3 years.
Yes.
So we told him that within 3-4 months, at least let the documents be, changed so that at least the staff can. Have you had any relationship with Mr. Danso in relation to you talking to him, calling him to inform him or to solicit bribery of $1 million on behalf of Senator Martin Sonko? Never.
He explained that you did.
That wasn't right. That was not true.
That was not true.
No.
But how would anyone believe that? Because you were the interface between Senator Martin Sonko and Mr. Danso.
Yes, because Senator Martin Sonko is not paying Danso, or the council is not paying Danso.
Yes.
It's the welfare that is paying Danso.
Who authorizes that? The payment? Who does the deduction?
The deduction is the council.
The
council is deducting stars.
And who's the CEO at the time?
Yes, these are salaries.
But who is the CEO? Who authorizes those deductions?
Yes, Senator was the CEO.
So if she does not authorize the deduction, it will not be paid?
No, what I mean, the payment can be made through the welfare. But when
you don't have the money.
So, excuse me, council. What I'm trying to explain is, when stars are deducted from their salary,
yes,
those monies are paid to the welfare.
Yes.
And then it's the welfare that is paying now Mr. Danso.
But who authorizes the deduction?
Yes, it's the CEO.
Exactly. So Senator is a very pivotal player in this whole agreement. You cannot remove her.
Okay.
In your statement, you said that in your own statement, the third page, the last paragraph, you had said that after 3 to 4 months payment, the CEO called me and told me that we had to engage Mr. Danso about the documentation, because he was the one who said that after 3 to 4 months payment, he would do these changes, and I called Mr. Danso to inform him that the CEO told me, but he told me that those monies are very small to make those changes, and he will even need a loan of $4 million from the Welfare Association. I told him that we are not having that amount of money, and the monies that we are paying him is from the monthly deduction of staff, but let him write to the CEO, which he did. So you had a communication relationship with Mr. Danso.
The only relationship I had with Danso was pertaining to this land issue. Apart from that, I don't have any.
But that's what we are discussing right now. You have a communication relationship with Mr. Danso.
Yes, we normally had communication with him.
Yes.
And then, yes, he was asking for I think twice, loans.
Yes.
That he want us to, give him those loans. And
yes,
we categorically told him that we are paying you from the deduction, and that will be by end of every month. And that was what we were doing.
But his claim is you also had been requesting for monies for your own personal benefit.
That had never happened.
But how would we believe your own story against him when you don't want to accept his own story?
There is no evidence, or there is nothing that Alieu Danso can bring out that we have been.
Why? Because you are never recorded. Is that the case? People have to be recorded to be able to have evidence against them. The issue is you must act within your official capacity, and you must be doing actions that would suggest that you are acting in good faith. You had dealt with Madam Father.
Yes.
Subsequently.
Yes.
You went to Senator Martin to her house.
Yes.
On 2 occasions.
Yes.
Sometimes in the evening.
Yes.
For official transactions.
Yeah.
How do you explain that?
The reason was Madam Fane was telling us she was very busy.
Yes.
And then she could not make it for us to, we meet during the day.
Yes.
So it is only in the evening that she will be free
Yes.
that we can go and meet her.
Yes.
So I informed the president,
Yes.
who was staying in Birkama.
Yes.
So he said Birkama is very far. Our vice president is just around Fajikunda. So let's.
Mr. Sayan.
Yes.
Was there any meeting with respect to the executive that they have agreed that they will send you a treasurer together with whosoever is to go and meet Madam Fana?
Yes, we informed the executive.
Where is the minutes of the meeting?
Definitely. The executive, they knew about it. That is why the president,
Do they agree?
Yeah, of course they agree. That is why.
Where is the evidence?
Well, if the president is contacted, he can justify that, because.
He says so. Even if the president says so, meetings of minutes are evidence of actions that are to be taken. You understand that?
Okay.
Even if the president says so, it will not validate your actions, because it would only perhaps suggest that he himself as well is part of the conspiracy. You understand that? The idea, the fact that people would even do official things would suggest that you wanted a personal benefit. And that is what he is saying. That's what he's saying, the same thing. You went to the house of Fana, it seems to be a practice after official hours.
Yes.
So that's what he's saying, the same thing too, that you had asked for money.
I have never went to visit Danso in this house.
But he's making allegations.
I have never asked money from Danso.
When you learned, did he inform you, or did Senator inform you that there is an issue of $35,000 that Mr. Danso gave to Senator Martin Sonko?
Yeah, that was later that Senator called me and told me that Danso, left, money in his office.
Later,
in her office.
Later, as in when?
Just before our issue came up.
Yes.
Yes.
And then what was your reaction?
Well, I didn't. Initially, I told her, "Did you return the money?" And she said she tried to force Danso to take the money, but Danso left the money in her office.
Yes. Was the money ever returned?
No, she said she never returned the money.
Exactly.
Yes.
Anyways, that's all for this witness.
Sorry, I was supposed to
bring documents.
Yes.
Do you have them?
So not all of them, but some of them at least.
Yes.
Yes.
We admit the documents. You have said in, but before we go to page, your pages are not numbered, but I just numbered this one. What's company?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
I said, did Mr. Danso honor the agreement which is between the staff welfare and his company?
Until the time we were removed, those agreements were not honored. But still, some of the staffs are complaining that they did not receive their land. Some of them will even come to me, but I will informed them that I am no more part of the executive, so there is nothing that I can do about it.
So you have no idea of what is going on now with respect to the land issues for the staff?
I had one of my auntie who is part of those who are benefiting from this land, and she saw me a certificate, because I will call that a certificate that Danso give them. So it was just a mere certificate from Almot to the individual beneficiaries.
Now, yes, you are not part of the executive, but don't you think somebody has to take responsibility in making sure that the deductions that have been made from staff,
yes,
is either they have their land given to them, or they make Mr. Danso to pay for these monies, which will be refunded to the staff whose monies were deducted monthly over the years.
Yes, Madam Chair, I think that is the responsibility of the current executive to do that, because they are the one directly now paying, or they are the one paying Alieu Danso these monies. So it's their responsibility to make sure that these staffs get their
all right.
land.
So as at the time you people left the management of the KMC Staff Association,
yes,
you have said at page 6, your last paragraph,
yes,
you have said that Mr. Danso connived with some unscrupulous management of KMC,
yes,
and accused the CEO. What do you mean when you said this? I was reading verbatim what you said,
yes,
in that line.
yes.
What do you mean when you said that?
Yes, the reason why I said that was, in the first place, Mr. Danso was lying against Senabu, because initially he said Senabu solicited a bribe, and then 30,000 was given to her, and then that was even used against Senabu when the mayor was writing to the minister and then the Inspector General of Police.
But sorry to intervene. He just finished testifying. He said Senabu never solicited bribe. He loaned Senabu 30,000, which Senabu refused to pay. That's
Where the contradiction is, because if you look at those letters, the mayor himself wrote and said that Senabu solicited bribe from Alieu Danso, and then now Alieu Danso is denying that Senabu had never solicited bribe from him. So it's really contradicted, and based on those allegations that General Council meeting was summoned, and then it was based on our loan, and then that 30,000 bribery allegation.
Now, at what point did Senabu stop the deduction of the salaries to be paid to the Staff Welfare Association?
No, the deduction of the salaries.
For the payment to Mr. Danso.
Okay, that was after 8 months it was stopped, because what happened was the land that he gave us at Kachume, it is supposed to be 190 plots of land. So when I went on the ground with with our vice president, we went to do this demarcation with one of our staffs, that's the deputy director of planning, Mr. Seu Sonko. When we did those demarcations, we realized that it was only, we later told him that it's not possible because the agreement is 190 plots. So you need to allocate us another 30 plots of land. That is the reason why he later moved us to Kitty, whereby we were going to get another 30 plot from Kitty 30 and then Kachume 160 to make it 190. But Mr. Danso was not telling us actually the truth. We later found out that, in fact, before he bought, or before, in fact, he did not bought the land. He was just a middleman. The family gave it to him at a tune of $2 million, and then he came to and gave it to us, the 60,000, per plot. Later, the family came to the office, and they were asking for me, and I met with them. That is Mr. Lamin Ture and the two brothers. And they said Mr. Danso is not paying them, and Mr. Danso is accusing that, or is saying that we, the welfare, we are not the one paying him monies. That's why he cannot pay the family. Which I told them that was not the case. Every end of month we are paying Mr. Danso. So I brought all the receipts that Mr. Danso gave us. So I think later he went and paid them 350,000. And we later understand that the family, there was an issue. The family sold the land to one real estate called Smiling Coast, but those Smiling Coast too, they failed to pay the family. There was a plan, so the family decided to cancel that business and then deal with Danso, believing that Danso will pay them their money. So during our this suspension, that the family later gave me this a copy of the termination of contract and told me that if at all we the welfare can deal with them directly, they will terminate the contract with Alieu Danso. That for me, I'm suspended. I don't have any access to the office. I will not be able to do that.
So did you know whether they contacted this new welfare association?
No, I don't think they never contacted them. They don't.
But Mr. Danso has just testified that he is doing business with the welfare association.
Yes, Mr.
As we speak.
Yes, Mr. Danso continue with the welfare association. I mean the family that gave the land to Mr. Danso. They never contacted the welfare.
All right. Yes. Thank you so much.
All right.
You can present the documents. We can admit them.
Apply to tender the following documents. First is a letter from Almot Real Estate Company to KMC Staff Welfare Association requesting for $3 million advance payment. Second is a letter from KMC Finance Manager 1, addressed to Babakar Sanyang, with the heading job description. Third is a letter from Sarah Marin Sonko, addressed to the Honorable Minister, Local Government, Regional Government and Regional Affairs, Minister of Lands, Regional Government and Regional Affairs. We have another letter from Sarah Marin Sonko, addressed to the Honorable Minister, the Constitution of the KMC Staff Welfare Association, an address to the Assistant Rates Manager and KMC Staff Welfare Association, the address to the CEO with respect to a task force for allocation of plots of land, signed by the General Secretary. And what is this list for, Mr. Sanyang? Yeah. The attendance list?
Yes, this was the list that we were talking about the last time I submitted those lists, and then you said there was no indication. For the AGM,
yes.
Yeah, it's part of, that one is page 1, that is part of it.
But how would we know that you did not write this overnight?
I did not?
Write this overnight.
No, because if you look at these handwritings,
I cannot know that.
You know,
we will have it. I'd like to have it admitted, but
yes.
I mean, I do not know the weight that will be attached to it. It doesn't have any signature on against the names as well. The list is dated the 2nd of April 2021. I'm all into evidence as exhibits.
Yes, and a copy of the agreement between the welfare and Alieu Danso too this year.
Let's please have that one. Last is the agreement document between Almot Real Estate and the Staff Welfare Association.
Mr. Sanyang, the attendant list that is dated the 2nd of April 2021
Yes.
is not attached to any document. Which document is this?
You know, last time when I came, I tendered some of the lists. So I left this one behind. This was part of it.
Which was it? Which of the documents?
It was the list for the AGM. We were having
For the Staff Welfare Association?
Yes. Yes.
A voucher dated the 22nd of April 2019 from Almot Real Estate. It is addressed to the Kanifing Municipal Council. A letter dated the 2nd of November 2023 It is a letter through the Director of Finance, addressed to the Deputy Director of Finance. This is from the Assistant Rates Manager 2, copied to the Lord Mayor, Establishment and Appointment, and Finance Manager 1, with the caption, Temporal Redeployment. A letter dated the 13th of February 2023 from Senabu Martin Sonko, Chief Executive Officer, Babukar Sanyang, and Mam Kaba Bas, Supervisor Debt Collection, and Babukar Sanyang is Assistant Rates Manager. It is addressed to the Chairman, Local Government Service Commission, Ministry of Lands, Regional Government and Religious Affairs. And it has the caption, Recommendation for an Interdictment of Senabu Martin Sonko and Co. to proceed on administrative leave. It is signed by Senabu Martin Sonko, Babukar Sanyang, and Mam Kababas. It is copied to the Honorable Minister, Ministry for Lands and Regional Government, Permanent Secretary, Ministry for Lands and Regional Government. And a letter from Senabu Martin Sonko, Babukar Jao, Babukar Sanyang, and Mam Kababas, addressed to the Honorable Minister with the caption, Denial of Entry into the Council Premises. It is signed by Senabu Martin Sonko, Babukar Jao, Deputy Director of Compliance, Babukar Sanyang, Assistant Risk Manager, and Mam Kababas, Supervisor Debt Collection. It is copied to the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Lands, Regional Government and Religious Affairs. These documents are admitted together as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/BS/KMC/009.
As commission pleases.
Sorry, I have additional documents that we need to take. Because when we admit this single document, we are not referring it to the, so you will do a cover note and indicate that this is pursuant to the already admitted document, and you explain which document it is and you sign it. So when you come back, we will admit this document so that we can relate it to the document that we have already admitted in evidence.
Okay, Madam Chair.
All right.
Thank you.
You've also submitted the rates schedules guide.
Yes.
There is no stamp, there is no signature. How would we know that this is what you are operating on? There is nothing indicating. It's just we can give you also this one.
Okay.
And indicate that it is coming from the rates office, because
okay.
we wouldn't know.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you. The Constitution of the Staff Welfare Association The KMC Staff Welfare Association letter dated the 15th of October 2020, it is addressed to the Chief Executive Officer. It has the caption, Task Force for Allocation of Plots of Land, and it is signed by the General Secretary. A letter dated the 24th of September 2019. It is from the Finance Manager 1. It is addressed to Babukar Sanyang and copied to the Acting Director of Finance and Human Resource Manager. It has reference KMC/FIN/352 with the caption. A letter dated the 26th of September 2020 it is from Almot Real Estate. It is addressed to the Kanifing Municipal Council Staff Association. And the last document is from Almot Real Estate Land Agreement Form, Land Transfer Agreement Form between client and the company. It is signed by Almot's manager. These documents are further admitted as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LDC/BS/KMC/010.
As the Commission pleases.
Yes, you may proceed, Council.
All for this witness.
So, Mr. Sanyang, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And please endeavor to put those documents together.
Okay.
And let us have them by Friday.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry to Local Government Councils and Related Matters. Can you face that camera? And then make sure you speak into the mic. What is your religion?
Muslim.
Can you speak into the mic, please?
I'm a Muslim.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
Mandinka.
Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation? You raise your hand. Okay, Madam Chair, the witness wishes to make an affirmation. Can you use your right hand? Raise it into the air and then repeat after me. I Seku Sabali, do swear that the evidence I shall give shall be whole truth and nothing but the truth. Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Savali.
Savali, ko tilbulo wedi?
Alhamdulillah.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
You are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Council, you may proceed.
Yes, thank you very much. Please tell the Commission your full name.
Akoy Tony Kondo.
Don't Seku Sabali.
Seku Sabali are my names.
Your address?
Akoy Besawatri Mintole.
Bundung
Bohol, I reside.
Your occupation?
Ako ila doko munati.
I'm retired civil servant.
I'm a retired civil servant.
When did you retire?
Ako wati jumale retire.
September 30th, 2023.
September 30th, 2023.
And before your retirement, where were you working?
Ako dan you retire like doko keno min.
Me doko la KMC leno.
I was working at the KMC.
When were you employed at KMC?
Ako wati jumale ita doko la KMC.
KMC nga doko kumas je September year 2000.
I started working at the KMC September the year 2000.
Do you have your appointment letter?
Ako ila appointment letter be bulle.
Aha, bembole.
Yes, I do.
May we please see it?
Ako saje no.
No, confirmation.
Were you confirmed?
Ako yung confirmation ko ba?
Aha, yung confirm le.
Yes, I was confirmed.
We applied to tender the offer of appointment letter to the witness Sehu M. Sabali and the confirmation of appointment into evidence as exhibit.
Ako sa ite ko kala ila letter fulolu appointment letter and confirmation on yung iwa dundila ya ke sere jaroti. Amoy.
Alright.
Okay.
Thank you.
The 28th of September 2000, addressed to Sehu M. Sabali, 36 Banco Street, Bundu, with the subject offer of appointment. The letter is signed by Brahim Jaite for Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Mayor, Treasurer, MIS Manager. A letter dated the 14th of May 2003 with reference KMC/ADM/055 addressed to Mr. Sehu Sabali, receiving Cashier, Treasury Department, with the subject confirmation of appointment. It is signed by Ibrahima D. Jobate, Director of Administration. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, KMC, and Director of Finance. These two documents are admitted together as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/SS in brackets 1/KMC/001.
As the Commission pleases. Now, what is your educational background, sir?
Ko san ikenyi ni kamen na wala mu ila karango adati dula ani ngadandula ila karango munati.
Ndanga karang kumasi Kauru Primary School le.
I started my education at Kauru Primary School.
Kabir mbora je nata Crab Island Secondary Technical School Form 4.
From there I came to Banjul Crab Island Secondary School Form 4.
Ndanda old.
Now, you had worked as a paying out cashier at some point for the Kanefe Municipal Council.
Ako san ila dogod la to memu Kanefe Municipal Council ako watene na sota mengi alonko iketa num pay out cashier ti wala mjor lati.
Ha na ndata wala.
Yes, that is correct.
Since when were you appointed or redeployed to the position of a paying out cashier?
Ako wate jumale na tawo datika ke jor lati memu pay out cashier ti.
Yeah, you deployed year 2005.
I was deployed in the year 2005.
2005.
Very well.
Yes.
Akoy biye for what woman I retired.
For retired.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, you have a cash book as a penal cashier?
Akoy cash book also don't kabiri kata pay out cashier. Ka cash book also.
Hani namana also.
No, I have never acquired any.
Okay.
Between 2018 to 2023, were you given any cash book as a penal cashier?
Ako about 2018, kata 2023. Ako for inene man cash book odila wala inene man cash book also as a paying out cashier.
Hani namana dinna.
No, I have never issued any.
Nang sina doko nata alsim mako ino ngana doko Kenya pale.
If at all I'll be given the floor, I can be able to explain how I work.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Please explain to us
what
your work as a penal cashier.
When I was there, I do pay salaries, allowances,
and sometimes vendors vendors KMC ni men business
and the vendors, those who are having dealings or businesses with KMC. But the system that was given to me and the system that I found out therein,
finance department.
The payments are all prepared, or the checks are all prepared at the finance department.
Then CEOs are signed.
Then from there, the CEO will initiate his signature.
Director of Finance are signed.
The same do as the Director of Finance.
Then as is a labandinter.
Then from there, it came last to me.
Nata cheko me along abentere tola Sehu Savale.
If I told the checks is put on my name, Sehu Savale.
Nsita bank.
I go to the bank.
But nke webuko sign na follow that because you beka sign and tapanaka webuko sign.
But I do sign the way book because they all sign, but I do sign the way book.
Yes. Ninga webuko sign and kana chekol nyinta.
When I sign the way book, that's the time I just take the check.
Then nata cheko membentela ntetola in my.
As I said, if the check is in my name,
nsita bank.
I go to the bank.
Nata cheko nyinkas.
To cash the check.
Nin nata.
Whenever I came back,
payment
I do after doing all my payments. After payments,
internal audits are verified. It is okay.
The internal audit will verify and see to it that it is okay.
In fact, ne Basir Njabe na better screen
In fact, if Basiru Njai is watching at the screen, he will see me and he will hear exactly what I'm saying.
When I cast
the check,
the description of my job,
as it will be indicated as my description. It's on the voucher. If at all I am to pay the salaries, then it's indicated and I pay the salaries. After that,
internal audits are verified. It is ready.
Internal audit will verify to see that it is ready.
Then I voucher for finance.
Then I forward the voucher to finance.
Because
they said I should not be able to keep, or I shouldn't keep the vouchers. They say whenever I'm done with my job, I have to take voucher. I will return the voucher there. They keep all the vouchers. Whenever I do payments and I'm ready, I pass the voucher. I will never see that voucher anymore.
Because 2018 vouchers.
Since 2018 vouchers, I never know where they're gone to.
And internal auditors
when the internal audits
check-in
when they are doing their new yearly check-ins,
You can voucher beta for general audit.
Go to the
finance department.
They go to the finance department and take all the vouchers there
Auditing beke.
and do their auditing.
Do not misabi missing voucher sotota.
For instance, if there is, it happens there is a missing voucher,
It's not attention call.
they will call my attention.
Oh, sorry. It's not attention call.
They will call my attention.
But we found no, abu found because sort of fang.
But for that, it has never happened.
And
That has never happened.
and the external auditors will find a nata.
But the external auditors, whenever they came, I don't have any business with
Because
them.
I got a voucher tentable.
Because they know, oh, it happens that I have no voucher.
The information will be katata finance
All
department.
the information is needed by them, they go to the finance department.
Nte doko commit wrong. Ne voucher ni prepare jana ya. If CEO ya sign, director of finance ya sign, ainente anga sign. Ngana doko ka nempareta. Internal audit ya verify, then nga pass finance
My
department.
work is just like when the CEO sign and the finance sign, I sign. After my job, when I'm done, I take the vouchers to the finance department.
Nina mtela doko jana. KMC.
These are my work at KMC.
Komi vendors nyol fana la business partners nyol.
And their business partners like the vendors.
Dola cheko kana yala.
Some of them, their checks came to me.
Ni nata fana.
Whenever they came to me,
Si kumandi ya sign.
I call them, they sign.
Ni ya sign to fana si witness column sign.
After they are signing, I too sign my witness column.
Then nga voucher nyim pass finance
Then the
department.
voucher is released to finance
Finance department.
department.
Ndeka doko ka wala
This
nyam.
is how I work.
And we bukolu.
And the way book,
Kabrin 2018.
since 2018,
Tenda nga check receipt from finance department.
any check I do receive from the finance department,
Na signature bejele.
my signature is there.
Director of finance la signature bejele.
Director of finance signature.
CEO la signature bejele.
CEO la
But
signature.
we bukol be ani voucher be.
But that way books and all the vouchers,
Finance department never maral nga be
they
ma.
are all under the custody of the finance.
Ma access soto do.
I have no access to them.
Wala na hanata internal auditing bekere or external auditing ni buka affaire soto.
This is why whenever auditing
ila
is
information be kata general finance department.
This is why when there is auditing, whether be the internal or external, I have no business with them. Every the information they need is at the finance department.
Yes.
Yes, this is my work.
Okay, we have heard you. So, but you don't keep a cash book?
Ako bare cash book table.
Cash
Cash book ko table.
Hani cash book rentable. Yalinte cheko kana don ani webuko.
The check and the way book.
Ninga webuko sign. Akata CEO ya sign, director of finance ya sign.
Before I sign, it happens. CEO have signed, finance director have signed.
Ya nothing there. Ninga sign.
And when it comes to be, I sign.
Then asata the description of the job abe voucher nyimbalal.
That will indicate the voucher will indicate the description of the job that I supposed to do.
Well, in either is it for salary, well, is it for allowances?
That is either for salary or allowances.
Yes, well, then start bank na cheko nyinkas. Then not no voucher treat. Not treat nempareta.
I cash the monies. I come. I treated the voucher readily.
Nga voucher internal audit ya verify. In fact, basir la fanka na fankol be audit fan. Na vouchers will be
audit. That is Wasiru who always audit my.
Yes. Nempareta do nga pass jana.
From there, I pass it to finance.
Finance department. So now no kata do abandon te buka voucher jo kota
When it
in my
happens,
life.
that is, I'm ready. I'm done with it. I'll never see any voucher anymore.
No, in my life.
Okay. Now, if you are given a check to go and cash,
Ako sign misali feni check o dila pureta ya cash.
let's say it's for the payment of allowances,
Ako sign misali fe iko allowance wala joro.
and you are now paying allowances to individual.
Ako sign itele ka joro ke eka allowance jo menu nyanta jo.
How do you record that?
Ako eka usafe nyari de.
Komi nenata.
For instance, when I come,
Because akata imari nyol bela nembe safarin jela. Nyanta meni jola.
all those I should pay, their names are written.
So nente bod nam bank.
When I came from the bank,
Nteka sondi voucher le dida.
I used a Sunday voucher.
Ibeka sign daming.
They all sign.
Near sign.
When they sign,
Only clip with the voucher.
I clip that with the voucher.
Nga pass finance.
I pass it to the finance.
But internal audit ka be kalamta.
But all the internal audit are all aware of that.
The wala na fine auditing period na tante buka involved je.
This is why whenever there is audit, I am not involved.
In finance la ka finance
They deal with the
department.
finance department.
So tell him to allow me to ask him questions.
Ako sign, ako ya so, ako yung nininkala, after yung nininkala.
All right.
Now that we have heard him
ako sange moyle
as to how he executes his functions,
kome itela doku wala inyanto ka sama nyame.
now I will ask him some questions.
Ako sang afanang nyanto le mu ay nyinin kala fte nyinin kala menna.
Then he can explain further.
Ako sang isimenke na ay nyinin ka mena ye o jabi ne ilafta fe nyambas la je fanang jabi ro ko la isa nyambas nole.
Now my question is,
ako follow ala nyinin kala menti wolem ko.
You only pay when you withdraw, if the checks are in your name.
Ako sang itaka joro ke wato men na wala munin ye korotana wala cheko be to yala.
You will go to the bank.
Ifango kome mem for nin cheko be to yala ifango kata bank.
Cash the check.
Ye ka cheko nin cash.
And come and effect payment.
Aliena ye joro ke.
Now, if you have paid, let's say for allowance, you have paid, and then there is an outstanding sum.
Ako sang ni kodo cash inata ye joro ke ni allowance lem ye joro ke bara fen tuta je.
What do you do with the money?
Ako kodo men tuta ikaw ke nyaadi le.
Misal pe nata salary leng.
For instance, if it is salaries,
ne mo tuta je minimum na.
If there are people who are absent,
nka pay back to cash le to the receiving cash ya.
I pay these monies to the receiving cash.
Janimba voucher sorondala.
Before I will take back the voucher.
Ninga payment ke dronka voucher ni sorondala.
Whenever I do that payments, I then close the voucher.
How about if it is for vendors as well?
According vendors all them.
No, vendors nyol wol itol kay voucher la sign dro nyela cheko ye receipt dina nyela cheko dila. Ibo receipt anka wala clip voucher nyimbala.
For the vendors, they come sign the check, they issue the receipt.
Yes.
Then I give them the check, and that receipt is the one I attach to the voucher.
Now, who keeps the cash book for, or where the money is paid to? Money is paid. Vouchers raised and money paid are supposed to be entered. Who keeps that cash book?
According voucher me alanko adoguda anin kodo men jota ako buko ikasa dame jumale ka buko katara jumale bulu.
Cash book atanta member cash book atanta la office.
As I said, there is no cash book in my office.
Komi nyim voucher nyol fanang.
And the vouchers too.
Neta finance ikebe dun the system okono.
When it is taken to the finance, they just enter them all of them in the system.
Now, you have given a statement.
Ako ifang statement odi nunja.
And an additional statement.
Additional flanjang ofana.
You will show you these statements.
Ako in statement olo by be olo itandilela.
Well, okay, well,
yes, these
we
are the
apply to tender the statement, additional statement of the witness, Seu Sabali, into evidence as an exhibit.
The witness statement dated the 12th of May 2023 and the additional witness statement dated the 25th of November 2024 are admitted together as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/SS in brackets 1/KMC/002.
As commission places. Now, if you look at your additional statement of the 25th of November 2024,
akoni ajuwe itela additional statement wala me la kalma fulan jangoti yemel la fayla diamoto benketa
the second paragraph
karo tilimwang ani lulu ako ila kalma fulan jango
the second paragraph
kalma fulan jango
it reads on the issue of several withdrawals
ako we me itande wala mu kodo me alonko aliya bondi si nya jama
amounting to 167 million
ako mentata for 167 million
645,000 $914 87
bututs
was withdrawn from the period May 2018
ako aliyo bondi nung kabo May 2018
to January 2023
kata January 2023 ni temo kono aliyo kodo be bondi na.
Now you have said in your statement, you said, however, out of the said amount, only the sum of 27,550,000 $319 3 bottles.
3 bottles.
Has supporting vouchers.
Ako supporting vouchers also tole.
Now the rest, you cannot find the voucher.
Ako bel mar payment tutaje wala vouchers ima wal geno wala itay nyini no la itay geno la.
You had explained that you don't keep vouchers.
Ako bari ya fo janne ko vouchers wala katara ite bulu.
You return the vouchers to the finance department.
Ka vouchers wala samba ke murundi finance department.
Now these are withdrawals in your name.
Ako bari nyi kata kolol tumi anko ye withdraw ite toyala.
You understand that?
Ako ya faham leba. Yes.
Ngamuy.
I had it.
Now the vouchers too would also have, you will have to execute the vouchers, make payments and stamp them paid.
Ako fana vouchers ul me anko ka dila ni tata ya tamande joro ke ike stamp le ka itandi ko joro ke tale. Yes.
And
so let me just confirm the amount that is outstanding without any supporting document. The amount is 140,095,585.85 bututs.
Thank you.
Just for confirmation.
Yes, thank you. So I had said earlier, Mr. Sabari, that you had explained, you explained, you said that you don't vouchers over to at the finance department.
Finance department. Voucher
Lead counsel.
Yes.
Lead counsel.
Sirifunjai, Director of Finance.
Sirifunjai, the Director of Finance.
I'm more from employee. I mean deploy into the office as my assistant. Come here, I own not a control assistant or what.
Deploy somebody in my office as my assistant.
He
said is the one who's going to responsible of all the vouchers.
In fact, assistant or assistant.
This assistant is there.
Signed the well office role can.
Dabo.
Retired at
Now, since my retirement, he is the one in charge.
Since I
was taken there, he deployed that and brought him to me and said he is my assistant.
I send down the funding finance department can deal back and you bought a call Dante because they concentrate on cash left the color.
Who is dealing with these vouchers with the finance department?
But then
always concentrate on the monies.
The voucher be parade. I send down like a be pack. I have some finance department. Sometimes finance department call canali you voucher beta.
Whenever I'm done with the vouchers, she is the responsible of all these vouchers. Take it to finance.
Now, when Now, when for example, you have treated, let's say, 10 vouchers in a day. An example is when you have treated 10 vouchers in the day. You have made the necessary payment. Now the vouchers are to be returned to the finance department. Do you sign any way book or any document to indicate that they have received the 10 vouchers issued to you?
Bidi nga voucher tanne doku anu fele nga voucher tango dundi nga di finance department la ko ko safe laldo ba it's not written between myself and God. I never read. Because I know that whenever I'm ready or
finance
do collect it immediately and take it to finance.
Now, for instance, if there is an outstanding amount of money that, let's say, for instance, you were given 10 vouchers, the value is $100,000.
Ako misal fe ni voucher dila komisa ni ngata voucher tang baribaji la ko kodo memba kono ni abe haima abitale wili cheme.
And you have made payment.
And ite nata joroke.
You have returned the voucher.
Inata voucher ni murundi.
And they said they haven't seen the voucher.
And sa ni tolko imam voucher je.
What do you have to establish that payments were made?
Ako sa muna be kela itela sedoti wala muna ba kumonyin sembentu yala kaita ndiko tonyale mu ite nyim voucher solu murundi finance department.
Nkolo for it and tell assistant no.
That's what I say.
Wala be dealing voucher la. Wala ka voucher be pack ay samba. Na assistant no. Sirfinja la deploy na office. for voucher transaction. Ako was responsible vouchers nyola because I'm kind of missing voucher. Aka man la sister lo soto we tra vouchers nyola karola ntaga tra kas la karola. Andu ne ala tema nkaka wala nyam pona andu KMC be istadiala KMC be for the management when the management down be alo ndoko nka operate wala nyam and the internal audit fana ya alo ndoko nka operate wala nyam hanale adi yep man.
Even the KMC, they can be a witness me. That is my work, the way I work. Because Sirifunjai informed me that he don't want to see any missing voucher. This is the reason why he attached that Genio Cashier to me. Whenever I collect or I do, I'm done with the vouchers. They are all collected immediately by him and taken to the finance department.
Now, I don't doubt that. You've explained clearly how you work, how you execute your work. And it appears it is trustworthy. You are trustworthy. I believe what you are saying. But we just want to know how now these monies can be accounted for. You had told the commission that you don't record this in any cash book. Correct? Correct?
Correct.
Yes, that's correct.
Correct. That's correct. Okay.
And you don't write that down in any way book.
And we because of a way book of
Any way book.
Correct? Correct, sir?
Correct. I'll correct.
That's correct.
And also, very important.
KMC
staffs are aware of that.
Yes. What is the name of the person?
Well, I said Ndao. Say at 11 the plus what
I said Ndao is the one my processor.
For how long was she there?
Kabrin 2018 nabeje.
Since 2018, both of us are there.
And this was the practice.
Yes.
Do you know whether Asirunda will record this anywhere regarding the vouchers when she goes to the to Sheriff Njai to deposit these vouchers?
Ako sa ni voucher di Aisha to foi pareta. Ako fo yeku kalam tajele bang fo ako safet blal to banka voucher sul mi alam ko ate ya mutabulu abe mendi la Sheriff Njai fa ka safele.
Aisha to aka voucher department account clerk will fanan kanale sometimes ka tata.
Sometimes the finance department clerks they do come there to collect these vouchers from her.
But maintain.
But one thing I maintain. The way book.
Any check cash.
I never check any cash.
I try my sign from the way book.
Signing the way book.
Yes, but the same way you're doing that.
Yeah.
As at the time of receiving the cash. Is the same way you are supposed to sign off when you're returning the vouchers to indicate that you have paid?
Ako anyanta kila nuwole nyama. Bayri ni cheko di la ika safe we buko to kaita nuko ni cheko ngawole soto nyimbulu ni wati kari nangamle ya sign. Ako inyanta usila kilingo le tamandla ni fanambe la vouchers hold dealer. Inyanta le ka safe ka.
Do you agree?
Ako sondale.
Yes, agree ta wala. Andu anyanta kila wala nyama.
Definitely I agree to that.
But kumi dro nga system otra nyama dro.
Supposed to be like that.
Continue ta wala dro. But yeme for wala correct wala nyanta kila.
What you have said is the correct way. I should.
Because you are even supposed to have a cash book.
Ako inyanta cash book also. Yes.
Whoever deals with cash must have a cash book.
Ako inyanta cash book also.
Whoever deals with cash must have a cash book.
Ako momo meni yalon ko ini nafulo le ila dogo be nafulo la karola wala korola karola inyanta cash book also.
Especially cashiers.
Ako sako atol cashier.
If you don't have a cash book,
if you akoni man cash book soro,
you're like a soldier without a gun.
Ako kamunta ko soja ro mbe ulo kono kele blato kilite bulu. That is true.
You receive money, you spend money, but you don't have any records of it.
Ako kakodo depends a cash book table.
Yes,
that is true.
Okay, men natanta.
What happened to me?
Ba ntanga mutako webu ko ben finance department.
Vouchers are taken, they put them into system.
So ntanga mutako well I am safe.
For that process, I thought I was in a safe side.
Have you ever cashed monies and give it to the CEO or the finance, anybody in the finance department or any individual working for KMC?
Ako sign, karo menti. Fo ite fango, inene tata bank yekoro tananje ni nata ya dung CEO bulu bank. Wala ya di finance department do kula ba wala momo mi yalon ka be do ko la kanifing KMC. Fo anene sotale.
No, ka kodo di la puru mo.
To give them monies for what? That may be the instruction.
Because you don't have a cash book. I will never do that.
You don't record those documents.
But you have
an outstanding balance. Out of the 167 million plus.
167 million plus.
As far as you are concerned, you can only account for 27 million plus. So as the paid out cashier, you should have been in a position to say that this is my cash book, this is the evidence, these are the vouchers. It is not wrong to give the vouchers to the finance department. In fact, the law is that the finance department, the finance director must be in custody of these vouchers.
But the
records, evidence of payment, that is your responsibility.
That is true.
That is your primary responsibility. So how do you solve this problem?
What I thought about it,
because
they all put the vouchers in the system.
And in 2018, voucher receive director of finance.
Any voucher I receive, my signature is there, the director of finance and the CEO. Those way books. If I compare that way books, then we will see if at all there is shortages. It will be known.
Check receipt.
Any check I receive, I signate my my signature.
I had told you that is the part that you have received the check.
They
would not give you check without you signing that you have received check. So when you are giving them back their voucher to show that you have paid, you must also have records. Is that not the case?
That is true.
Now, have you been paying interest?
Impressed ba?
You know, I had asked you a question. When the CEO and the finance director signs a check,
CEO and then director of finance sign.
And you come with the cash, do you not report to them that you have withdrawn the money?
Bank. No, number bank mbuka sarela.
No,
because I can't take up on the tab bank. I don't because
the instructions are already,
go ahead.
The instructions are already, or the descriptions of my job are already written on the said this thing. So when I go to receive the monies, when I come back, I'll never inform them. I do as I am instructed to do.
Now, were impressed authorized during this period from 2018 to 2023?
Ako impress kabo 2018 kata 2023 for impress benu njele ba.
KMC officials, maybe you asked or given instruction to give a certain amount of money to any officer for that person to effect payment.
Ako kome for atene sotami alam ko ye instruct wala ila description of wala ti tay ko do samanang yadi karila purai joroke. Ako phone ne kata jele ba.
No kaponya ta kodo kama yadi karla joroke.
Maybe they need money in the area council.
Area council be sularin kodola.
Maybe they have to make effect some payments as well.
Ako asikeno fanang ye dépense dol soto nyanta jorol kala men.
No komi o façon tay.
For that system
o nana ketanal komi nga 1/6 ojo.
It had ever happened to me.
Mampare kuringe.
I was paying 1/6 but I was not ready.
Sirfinja na ra ko council be solar kodola.
Sirfinja came and said to me council needs money.
So kodo membe je nga retire.
So the monies left there, let you retire it.
When retire because Cabrata offering now 400 and something retire.
On that very day, it was on one day, I retired 400 and something thousand.
Because
because I told him that people are not, all of them did not receive.
Internal audit card verify.
And whenever I'm ready with my job, it is verified by the internal audit. So the retirement
out of that amount, not about 400 and some.
After that retirement, I paid about 400. Let me check. Let me check here.
It's $474,050. I will out of the cash. $474,000.
$474,050.
Well, the first payment out of that salary balance to that is 1/6 balance.
That was the monies I paid, the first monies I paid.
Because I payment
while I was paying the 1/6, but I was not ready.
But at a council need money.
Came that
so
council need money.
Pay back to cash so that they see that transaction okay.
No. Retire that monies to council.
Well, up 474,000 out of the salary after the 1/6 pay back to cash.
That is the monies I pay back to council, 474,000.
From
there,
not again another one side the solar
again he said still council need monies.
I paid not $98,030 your code.
I paid $98,030. Yes.
No fananjo.
Yes, I paid that.
Your kabiru bota yeleng.
From there,
kabiru audit natan sorry. Internal audit nata kabiru pareta jorola.
After I was ready with the payment.
Internal audit nata fenko check. Ya kaitol nyimbe check.
The internal audit came and make check-ins. They check all the papers.
Basir nata for you have a balance of 1,253. Janta pay back to the cash again.
He
so
said,
not of
1,253. $253. And in that I should retire to council.
What receipt will be for the
all the receipts are here.
Thank you. Let me see what you have. So these are internal audit reports.
Yes.
Internal audit report.
Yes, very well. Do you want to speak in English?
Very well.
Sorry.
So, in the first one that you were making reference to, is the internal audit report addressed to the Director of Finance.
Internal audit report. Me address finance.
And the CEO is copied.
And ye do safe adisi wala.
The date is 10th of July 2023.
Akere men na wala July 2023.
The subject is paid back to cash 1/6/2019.
Ako wala mu yeme itande men safe ta je wala mi kodo murundi pour kaso wonbe bul yo murundi.
And so this is where it is contained.
Ako amunta ko abe kayto abe safe ji kayto le bala.
Correct?
Ako aketa wala nyama.
Ha aketa wala nyama.
Yes.
And attached to the in the memo or the findings are receipts that Srimja gave you regarding these monies that were taken.
Ako fanani aju receipt membi wala receipt me anko Srimja wala dila. Ako do men.
Yes, I saw the technician signaling, giving me a signal. Okay. Yeah, so Srimja gave you receipts.
Ako sa Srimja I receipt all dila kabra yo kodo reta.
No nyi kodol kabir ngejo intenga kodol jo janale cash receiving cash office.
I paid this money to the receiving.
Well, they receive dintela.
They are the one who see these receipts to me.
Yes.
Atoko nga pay back to cash so that it will also
I was instructed by him for me to pay these monies to the in cash so that cashier so that I can have these receipts.
Okay, we will have this we are about to have this admitted. The second one is also a payback to cash.
Ako fulanya ngo fana mu jorol ti biana ko fango yewole ke.
1/6.
1/6.
And abe mfenge kilund.
They are all one.
Yes.
One and for all.
Yes. We applied 10 days to download reports into evidence as exhibits.
Maybe rise because GRTS has taken the signal. I cannot admit the document. We'll come back after break.
TV amaat mbégte dellusiwaat ci beneen édition Good Morning Africa comme ni ngeen ko xamee suba bu nekk bu waxtu bi jotee ñu am mbégte ñëw ànd ak yéen ci waxtaanee réew mi ak tolluwaay bi ziar leen bu baax fi ngeen mënta nekk ci biir réew mi wala ci biti réew di ànd ak ñun saa su nekk ci jotaay jile mooy jotaay bi